Alright guys, if you sat through all of that from front to back like I did, pat yourself on the back. Let's take a look at what happened in the pre-show, which seems like days ago now. Kalisto beat Ryback. I thought it was a great storytelling match between a little guy and a big guy, and Kalisto remains the US champion. Like I said, I love that match. The 10 Diva tag happened. Lana looked hot in her outfit that she had and that stuff, but yeah, Lana looked hot. And what else was on there? Oh yeah, Usos beat the Dudleys. Alright, well, there we go. The tag match itself, the Usos and the Dudleys was okay. Seeing the Dudleys get put through the table, of course, was a big payoff to the end of that. Then we get into the main show, and I like the pace of this WrestleMania. I didn't like the length, obviously. A lot of people didn't. It was too dang long. You know, especially if you sat through the pre-show and that stuff. But the matches themselves, majority of them were really good. The ladder match, of course, was awesome. I have a fear that Zack Ryder is a transitional champion, though, and that they put the belt on a guy that may potentially lose it tomorrow night on Raw to someone. Perhaps a major roster debut or some sort of angle that route or something. But we'll see. I've been proven wrong in the past, and obviously I'm not banking that 100% or not. Still nice to see Zack get the title. He's a former US champ now, former Intercontinental champ. That's awesome. I don't know if that's a response to the rumored the superstar who wanted out thing that broke prior to Mania, and if that was the guy or not. Because if that was the guy, then that's a case of somebody whining and crying to management and then getting their way. But like I said, that's assuming. That's 100% assuming, and I don't think that that's true, and I don't think Zack was the guy involved. Yeah, I'd have to dig in and do a little bit more research and reporting on it and that stuff, and obviously it's something that doesn't really matter in the big scheme of things in real life, so whatever. AJ Jericho 4, I guess we're going to get an AJ Jericho 5 now. They're really going to make this a best of 7, aren't they? Or are they? I was cool with a best of 3, guys. That really was. It's just, you know, they're two great athletes, two world-class wrestlers, but there's other guys on the roster for both of them to work. So, yeah, apologies again for the noise issues. That stuff, like I said, really bad weekend to be trying to do this and deal with some outside stuff at the same time. But, you know, noisy neighbors, it's fine. The next match, it's so long through the card that I'm going to be missing stuff out. Was it New Day versus League of Nations? The Bootios, the big box of Bootios, that was pretty cool. I did enjoy that. Go back on my Twitter timeline at Kellen Nitro, and you can take a look and see a couple of shots from somebody who was at the side of the stage and was reading the side on the box. They actually did a box up with full labeling, like you would get with the t-shirts. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. All of the ingredients they throw in the Bootios, because they make sure you ain't booty. And it was too bad that League of Nations went over on them, but I think both teams came off looking fairly strong. And, you know, Barrett, if he is leaving the company, at least he has a quote-unquote WrestleMania moment out of that, where, you know, he came in and gloated afterwards and that stuff. And then, as Jimmy had noted on the Jobbed Out earlier, we had Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley. I'm sorry, guys, it's really long. It was a really long time ago in the night, and just my mind's black at this point. And Stone Cold Steve Austin walk out and pretty well set the building on fire. And it was not literally set it on fire, but figuratively. And it was good. It was cool to see. I really, I dug the house the entire night, even going into, and I'm probably going to be missing some stuff here, but just in the interest of time, first impressions totally of the entire show type stuff. I dug the crowd there and that stuff, and of course 100 what was it, 101 700 something or whatever for the new attendance record for WWE. That's fantastic, and if you are there, and you were there, I'm so jealous of you. I wish I was there with you guys. It was, it looked really good on TV, we'll put it that way. What else was there? Just trying to think. My mind is drawing a blank of what happened after the Legends came out and beat the heck out of, was it women's title? Let's get to that. Women's title match. Fantastic, great match. Cool tributes by all, well, 2 out of the 3. Not confirmed if Becky was paying tribute to anybody or if she was just doing her own thing. I think she was, with the feathers and the whole steampunk stuff. But she got knocked pretty good in that match too. If you notice, there was a mouse that opened up over her left eye that really seemed like it kind of bothered her a little bit in that stuff. That wasn't mascara that was running. She got knocked somehow in that match on a bump or something. I have to go back and take a look at the event and see when and where that took place. But that's what happened. It was like a mouse bump or something that formed underneath after getting knocked on the cheek or above. And yeah, poor Becky. Sasha with the Eddie Guerrero stuff, that took me back, good 10 or 11 years. That was pretty awesome to see that outfit again, and some of the taunts and stuff. And she tried to go for the frog splash but missed, and too bad. And then Charlotte with Ric Flair's robe-ish a little bit from the last match in Orlando and that stuff. And Charlotte walks out the new women's champion. Good luck. I love the fact that the women's title is coming back. I kind of side with Jimmy Tafreak in his opinion that the belt design itself is a little bit on the ugly side. But I will say this, at least the name of the title is changed to something that's more, let's call it what it is, 2016 or so. What else, man? Austin and The Rock walking out like Dynamo from The Running Man. That killed my PVR record, by the way. Had we ran that short. Well, Hell in a Cell. Let's get to that first. Hell in a Cell prior to that whole mess with the Wyatts and Rock and Cena, which, by the way, that was just to reintroduce Cena, bring him back in the fold. We'll find out more tomorrow night on Raw. That's it. Whatever. Man, that Hell in a Cell match. Shane taking the crazy bump was electric and insane. Taker winning, that's good because I think WWE may have learned from stopping the streak at Mania 30 that it looked good at the time, but I don't know. Lesnar's got a little bit of a rub from that and that stuff, and that, of course, not in any order. Lesnar, Ambrose. It had a good feel to like the old school hardcore match. Actually, both those matches had. It felt like they were hearkening back to the old school hardcore, 2000, 2001 street fight, Hell in a Cell days and that stuff a little bit, but they just came up a little short in both. I almost wonder if the same agent and the same writers wrote for both of those, because it seems like in both cases they were trying to get the essence of those matches, but dreadfully fell short in both. Lesnar, Ambrose, really none of them are affected much in the outcome in that match because there wasn't really a lot going to begin with that. I mean, yeah, it proved that Ambrose is tough and Lesnar's a beast. Okay, well, we know that. There we go, and now Lesnar's beat Ambrose. Whoop-de-doo, whatever. The Hell in a Cell between Shane McMahon and Undertaker. That was it shows why you shouldn't have. Come out and say it. It shows why you shouldn't have a Hell in a Cell match between a semi-retired worker and a non-worker. I think what you should do is at least somebody in that match needs to be on the full-time roster. If you're going to do that, bring in somebody in a guest referee capacity that is a full-time wrestler on the roster. If Triple H wasn't in the main event, I would almost suggest that was going to be the position for him in that one. But the thing that I found real weird about that whole deal is that, you know, Vince was involved in the build to this. And there was no real consequence yet to Vince having Undertaker basically maim and mutilate his son in the ring. You know, and didn't see Vince at ringside at all or anything like that. And so that was that I found really strange. Maybe we'll get to something, you know, some sort of consequence from that on Raw. But it makes like no sense why Vince didn't come out during that match at all and at least kind of go like, you know, right? So that in itself, to me, seems real fishy. And in the title match at the end, and I swear to God, Stephanie McMahon tonight was a hot outfit, but I will say that she is getting closer and closer to resembling Shrieky from the Care Bears every single Mania. It seems like. I don't know what is this one. I guess we'll consider the leather bitch, if you will. Woo! I swore. Uh-oh. Talking about a PG programming, but it's the internet, so whoop-de-doo, whatever. Yeah, the entrance was pretty cool with Triple H. Very metal. And then Roman winning the title, that was what was predicted. Decent match. The problem was it happened too late in the evening, so everyone was like, at that point, right? Because we're all wore out. I shouldn't say we're all like, can this please end soon? I have life outside of wrestling. That's, you know. So, but you know, hats off to those guys. And Baron Corbin won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That's awesome. That's great to see. And like I had stated on Twitter, had Corbin worked anybody else at TakeOver, I'd probably be a little bit miffed that Corbin won the Battle Royal, but that match with Aries makes other people look better, and that's what happens. So, and my freezer's working overtime. That's that buzzing you can hear in the background. Anyways, guys, this is a very tired Kellen Nitro signing off, and we will talk to you potentially tomorrow night after Raw to give you some first impressions off of the biggest Monday Night Raw of the year, which is the Raw right after WrestleMania. I'm going to try and work with my cable box to see if I can PVR a full copy of one of the encores I'll be showing overnight and tomorrow morning of WrestleMania, because gosh darn it, my PVR box died out during the last hour, which was totally unexpected. I had it set to go 4, I had no idea it was going 5. It's too dang long. That's the same thing we say about the Monday nights. It's too dang long. Go back to 2 and 3, please. Oh man. Oh well.